welcome back to my channel where we discuss investing, finance, and stuff like that. Where you invest your money to grow and for your retirement, for your family, to live that better life where you don't have to worry about finance anymore. You live free and happy. They say money can't buy happiness. That may be true, but it can buy a lot of other things. You can buy peace of mind. You can buy security. So, it's better to have money than not to have money. People who have money are a lot happier than the people who don't have money. So, we all need money to survive and to prosper. So, today we're going over my top 10 reasons why you should invest your money. Number one, you should invest your money so it can grow over time, compounding interest. The longer you invest your money over time, it compounds, and eventually it starts compounding, starts to double, over time. You'll have so much money in your account, in your investments, that you won't be able to spend it all. So that's one of the beauties of compound interest. And the compound interest is it works better with time. The longer you have to invest your money, the more money you'll make over time. It isn't necessarily how much money you have at the time. It's how much money you have over time. So it's not, they say it's not timing the market, it's time in the market. So the longer you have money to invest, the better you'll be in the long run. So you may start it off investing as much as you can, little by little. And even if you don't live to see the benefits of your sacrifice, your kids, your grandkids, they'll carry that torch, and over time, they will become super rich, and they'll all thank you. Someone in every generation, in every family, somebody has to take the first step to build wealth. And number two, saving for retirement. If you don't start saving for retirement the youngest age is the better. If you don't starting at a young age, you'll see how time flies, and before you know it, you're in your 40s and 50s and 60s, and you're looking back on your life. You said, "Man, I should have invested something. I should have done things differently. If only I had the time to go back and change things. I would change things, do things all over again, do things differently." But unfortunately, we can't go back in time and change things, so we got to do it now. There's no better time than the present. So the earlier the better. They say that if you start investing in your 20s, even just $100 a month or $100 a week, over time, you wouldn't believe what the outcome could be. This compound interest and the money doubling. If you get like 10% interest return on your money per year average, every 7 years your money doubles. If you're getting 10% per year, your money doubles after about 4 years. If you're getting 15% every year, about every 2 years your money doubles. And if you're getting 20% a year on interest on your returns, about every year your money is doubling. So imagine that, doubling. So that's one of the beauties of compound interest. You start early, put a little bit away, and just continuously put it away like clockwork. Every month or every week, invest. With me, I do dollar cost averaging. Now, dollar cost averaging is when you put a little bit of money away consistently. With me, I do it by every week. Every paycheck automatically comes out of my paycheck. So I got three different withdrawals out of my paycheck each week going into investments. One for my retirement, one for stocks, and one I got in a growth fund. So those three investments that each week comes out of my paycheck. Each week, before I even see my paycheck, it's already taken out of my paycheck. So that way it's out of sight, out of mind. I've been doing that for almost 30 years now, and I got a quite big chunk of change in there. And on top of those three investments, I've got other investments in my personal brokerage account. I'm with Wealthsimple Trade because they offer it's a zero commission fee brokerage account. You don't charge you any fees for buying and selling your stock, so that's pretty good right there. You're saving money. In that fund, I've got the Vanguard VTI, which is the total U.S. stock market. That's the cheapest, and that fund returns about on average 10% a year because it invests in the total U.S. stock market. Every single stock that's in the U.S. stock market is in that fund. Currently right now it's going about $218 US per share. So each month I buy into that ETF without fail. I buy on red days when the market's crashing. That's when I buy. The key is to buy when it's going down and ride it on the way up. So that's what I do. I don't try and time the market, but every time each month I wait for You know, if it drops 4 or 5% or 3%, whenever on a day, on any day of that month, when the market's going red, everyone's selling their stocks. I'm jumping in and buying. So I invest in VTI. That's one of my major holdings. I also invest in crypto, Ethereum. I invest monthly, dollar cost averaging Ethereum stock. You know, they say that's a highly volatile stock. It can crash anytime. But the thing with Ethereum is, Ethereum has a lot of applications. There's a lot of big corporations, big companies that are using Ethereum on their platform. Even in Canada, where I'm right now in Canada, the Canadian government is invested in Ethereum. So when governments start investing in certain industries and certain stocks, you know, why not an individual like me? So if the government's involved in it, why not? Why not? So that's why I'm Ethereum. I'm in that one. I don't have any Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I don't know. Bitcoin is more like they say it's like a replacement for gold, and you can't ever replace gold. So if you're gonna buy Bitcoin, you might just buy gold. So that's my opinion. Bitcoin, and we'll see. And it's kind of expensive right now. Now, one share of Bitcoin in Canada right now is about $70,000 for one coin. You know, on the other hand, like Ethereum right now, one coin is like today it's going. This is Sunday, May 9th. It's going for $4,700 Canadian. So I'm getting in right now with Ethereum, but it's a lower price right now than Bitcoin. They say, this analysts are saying it has a higher potential to grow higher than Bitcoin. So if you know, $100 a month in your Ethereum account, you know, $1,200 a year. Right now, my Ethereum account is up 50% from January. That's pretty good. You know, 50%. Nowhere in the market right now is returning me 50% on my money. So that's why I'm in Ethereum. And number three of why you should invest your money. You earn higher interest. You invest in the banks. Banks are paying you like 0%, 0.5%. If you're lucky, you get a bank that pay you 1%. But if you invest in the stock market, you invest your money in other things, like, you know, dividend stocks. You invest in, like, you know, I'm in Canada right now, so I invest in BCE, which is the Bell Canada. It's the largest phone company in Canada, and they're growing each year. And, you know, they have a lot of cash flow, good balance. See, one of the keys is when you're investing, invest in companies you know, companies you understand, companies you can explain, you know, to your grandkids without having to go into great detail. So I invest in only companies that I know. I invest in Bell Canada. They're the biggest, largest telecom company in Canada. They've got, you know, high revenues, high cash flow, low or no debt. So that's why I invest in. I'm not worried about them going bankrupt. I'm not worried about losing my money in that company. You don't want you to lose your money when you invest in companies and stocks. If a company goes bankrupt, they go belly up. So you pick your companies that you've been around for a long time. They have good books, good records. You're not gonna lose your money. And with Bell Canada, they pay me about a 5% dividend. So that's 5% right there on my money. Just buying that stock each month, I'm getting 5% on my money per share, and it's pretty secure. And the bank's not even paying 1%, and you're getting 5%. For me, that's a no-brainer. And there are great stocks like that, great companies like that around the world. USA, all around the world have great stocks. Whatever country you're living in, you know by just looking around, you know what companies are great. Every country has great companies that you can invest your money in. You know this company ain't gonna go bankrupt. It's going to be around for at least another 10, 15, 20 years. So when you have those companies that you know and you understand, those are the companies you invest in. Don't invest in companies you don't understand, because if something goes wrong with that company, it's going bankrupt, you won't even know. Number four reason why to invest: reaching your financial goals. You know, we all want to be financially free. We all want to have freedom to travel, do what we want to do. You know, travel the world, take vacation with the family, play with your grandkids, just having to get up every morning, going to work, and go into a job you don't like. You know, so when you're financial freedom, your time is your time. You do the things you like. You know, we all only have one life in this world. So it's to be ashamed to spend your whole life doing the things you don't like to do, don't want to do, and then you end up dying. Then what? It's like a wasted life. You did nothing you wanted to do, but you couldn't afford it. You watch your family and your kids and everyone in your family struggle financially, and there's nothing you can do about it. But when you're investing, you're not only investing for yourself, you're investing for yourself, your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids. You're investing for generations to come. You know, when you start investing in stuff like that, and you look back 100 years from now, your future generation look back. Oh yes, it was Grandpa who started all this for us. It was Grandpa. We have to thank Grandpa because Grandpa made the effort and made the sacrifice to invest when nobody else would. And then look at us now. We're all living happy lives. Doctors, lawyers, we're all giving back to society now. Because of Grandpa. So that's a good feeling. It's gonna be a good feeling. Another reason to invest, number 5, you can build your like in Canada we have a TFSA, which is a tax-free savings account. This allows you to invest in this fund, like a bank account, but it's tax-free. Whatever you make, whatever interest you make in this fund, whatever gains you make in this fund is tax-free. You don't pay tax on it. It's all yours. All of it's yours. So this is one of the good ways of Canada. They're trying to promote people to invest in their future because they don't want you to rely on the government for everything, your pension, blah blah blah. They want you to take your life into your own hands and make some changes. So they give us this account so we can invest. We can take some chances, take some risks maybe, but do it safely, knowing that if whatever money you make in this account, it's tax free. They won't take any of your money, and that's a tax free savings account. And that's in Canada. So that's another reason why. If you go to the bank and you put your money in the bank, you get interest. They take interest from the bank. So here they're encouraging you to take your finances into your own hands. Invest in yourself, and they won't take any of your profits. So that's pretty good. Also, some jobs will offer you pensions, and if you like my job offers me a pension. It's offered me a pension from day one. That's like 30 years now. Now they pay me 6% of my salary that they contribute, and I'm able to put another 6% that I pay for my salary towards my pension, so that their 6, my 6 becomes 12% each week that comes out of my paycheck. 6% comes out of my paycheck, which my contribution, and the 6 that the company contributes is their contribution. That doesn't come out of my paycheck. So each week, $150 goes to my pension. And over 30 years, dollar cost averaging every week. That survived, a 2000 crash. It survived a 2008 crash. That survived the 2000 the current crash, the COVID crash. So that's 3-4 crashes. My fund has survived and still growing. When it went from 2015 to 2020, it's doubled in size. So in 5 years, my pension has doubled in size. So I'm hoping to retire a millionaire from my pension. Currently, right now, even without my pension, I'm already self-made millionaire. So I've already got over $1 million in my investments already. So my pension will be icing on the cake. Maybe $2-3 million, over time when I retire in 10-15 years. So that's the goal. And I also invest on the side. Like I said, I do my Vanguard VTI Total Index ETF. I'm dabbling in crypto, dollar cost averaging there, and I got some other funds that I'm researching and it's on my watch list. But I only invest in good quality companies. I don't invest in speculative stocks that are they're coming out now with a lot of promises and everything for the future, but I haven't done nothing yet. Those are what they call speculative stocks. And if you're following the stock market right now, all the stocks that are speculative that have big promise to the future, they're all tanking now. Some companies are dropped 50%, 60%. Some are dropping 80% because people piled in on these stocks when they heard all these big promises that were made for the future. So all these investors ran in there and bought up, spend their whole life savings, taking their mortgage out, investing in these high risky companies, and now everyone's pulling back from those companies. Now the companies are, people that wised up to all these promises they were making aren't coming true. So now everyone's pulling their money out of these companies now, and that's causing the stock to tank. So there are a lot of people right now losing their shirts, losing their homes, losing their cars, losing their life savings because they invested in companies they knew nothing about, and they didn't research and study these companies. So I don't do that stuff. I only invest in solid, basically blue chip companies, Bell Canada, FedEx, stuff like that. I don't invest in blue chip companies. Companies that have been around for a long time, ain't going anywhere. They pay me nice dividends, and they grow time after time. Each month, each year, they're growing bigger and bigger and bigger and investing. So that's my investing strategy. Next one. Well, you can also start and expand a business by investing. I invest in stocks and stuff like that, and in companies. But I'm not really an entrepreneur. I can't see myself starting a business because there's no real business I in mind. My wife, she's an entrepreneur. There's business that she wants to start, so we'll deal with that later on. But me myself, some people want to start a business. You know, if you have a passion for something, you like to cook. Right now, cooking's not a good deal because the pandemic going on right now. Restaurants are closed, only on takeout. So if you own a restaurant, anything, gym, I miss the gym because I'm a gym guy, but I haven't been gymming about over a year now, so I'm losing a lot of mass. I've been intermittent fasting to keep the weight off, but I do miss the gym. I'm shrinking. So if you want to open a business, you know, any kind of business you want to open up, try opening a business. You know, who knows? Nothing tried, nothing gained. And then finally, the main reason why most of us invest is to support others. We invest to support our families, certain friends, charities, you know, causes that we're passionate about. You know, Bill Gates and his wife, they're big philanthropists. You know, they invest in, you know, all around the world, in poor countries, you know, upcoming countries. Me, when I'm retired and I'm financially free, when I'm, you know, retired and, you know, a little bit older and everything, I'll be investing in a lot of charities, you know, with kids. You know, like how about the kids? I'll be investing in charities and, you know, orphanages and, you know, donating my time to all different charities, you know, feed the poor, the homeless, you know, stuff like that. So I'm a charity person at heart. I like to give back. So that's my plan when I'm financially free and I'm fully retired from work. When you're retired from work, you need to find something to do, right? So my time will be spent with a lot of charity works and helping others. All right, well, that's it for now. Everyone stay safe, take care, and God bless.